I'm going to call it now, and this is going to be spicy for some of you, maybe even a little button pushing, but I have to say it. The businesses that will stay relevant now heading into 2026 aren't going to be the ones with the best funnels or even the prettiest brands. Okay, I'm not saying aesthetics aren't important, don't get me wrong, don't twist my words. But what they are going to be are the ones who are led by entrepreneurs who have either healed or who are willing to face and heal their visibility wounds. Because in a world where everyone is now starting to sound the same, where you can recognize an AI written caption or something that has absolutely no thought leadership in it whatsoever. And let me also be very clear, not saying we're not using AI moving forward. I use it too. But it's about how you're using it and using it as a tool, not as the thing to think for you. Okay? But in this world where it is literally just turned, honestly, I feel particularly, maybe it's just what my algorithm shows me on Instagram, but it's like monotone. Everyone sounds the same. The ones that people are going to remember are the ones who are going to be brave enough to be seen fully for who they are, including what they look like, including how they think, what they give a shit about, their unique thoughts, and fully expressed in their most authentic energy. Okay, and that's not just a whole heap of fancy words. I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean by this. So in this episode, we are going to get real about visibility. And I don't just mean the show up more on Reels kind of visibility. Okay, we've got our strategic visibility. And that's where we're looking at what content we're putting out. We're looking at where we're being visible, all of those things. That's not what we're talking about today. We are talking about the kind of visibility that holds you back from saying what you really want to say, or that holds you back from being seen in your brilliance. Okay, the kind of visibility that makes you think, oh gosh, I wish I could say that. I wish I could challenge that. This person doesn't know what they're talking about and they're damaging people by what they're saying, but I couldn't possibly say the truth because I don't want to be criticized. I'm talking about that part of you. The part of you like me who was like years ago, who felt like she had to be seen as clinical to be taken seriously and therefore hid the woo side. And then we went really far into the energetics and realized that I was missing my expressive piece. Didn't want to be seen as woo, didn't want to be seen as sweary, didn't want to be seen as someone who is sensual, like all of these pieces. Why do we do it to ourselves? And then we label it as not being confident enough, not being ready. We say things like, oh, it's just that I've got these pimples today, or it's just that my house isn't clean enough, or we're saying all of these things, but really the fact is I am too scared to be seen and fully expressed. Now, as AI fills our feed more and more, the more authentic and human you are in what you bring to your content, to your messaging, to your podcasts, the more you are going to connect with people who are going to understand you, resonate with you, be magnetized with you, be right to work with you, and who get it. Okay? So by the end of this episode, you are going to understand why visibility wounds are likely your biggest bottleneck. You're going to understand my 3 levels of visibility that we go really deep into, by the way, in my upcoming program, Visibility Rebirth. Now, this is Ascension Academy 2.0, okay? We have rebirthed this program because this is so needed right now, okay? So we are moving you from survival identity into your embodied authority so that you can be seen to be charging, be seen as the expert in your field, be seen for who you really are and what you truly deeply believe. So if you would like to know about that launch, that is happening in, oh gosh, I'm going to say the F word now, February, as she records this in November, but we can take a deposit and you can lock in your spot. Okay. This is going to be a really deeply healing, I can't even tell you the words, the internal clearing that you will do in this to be able to hold that next level of visibility. It's going to take your business next level. So you will also understand what level of visibility you are likely hiding in right now and what it actually means to be authentically visible, okay? In your voice, in your content, and in your energy. Because I can almost guarantee, and I say almost, I should just say guarantee because I actually haven't had someone come back and fully say it to me yet. I can guarantee that even if you are saying, I show up really authentically, there is something stretching you that you are not letting yourself say. And we're going to also understand why that is too. So if we have not met yet, welcome back to Resourced. I'm recovering from a cold as I record today, so don't mind my croaky voice. I'm sorry, it's not as, what do people say? It's soothing. It's not as soothing as normal. But my name is Jessica. I am a business mentor. I am a frequency strategist. I am the woman who helps entrepreneurs activate the frequency that then initiates the strategy. Because your business cannot hold a strategy that your nervous system doesn't feel safe to execute. So in my world, we do both. And visibility is one of the biggest frequencies that I see women avoiding. All right. If we are going to be really brutally honest, and I touched on this before, everyone's content is starting to sound the same. Now, AI is an incredible tool for efficiency, but what it has done is made the internet so much louder, not more real. So now we're hitting an era where parroting is really common. And what actually stands out are original thoughts. Who would have thought we'd be having this conversation? So the entrepreneurs who will thrive are going to be the ones that are going to be willing to actually be seen, thinking and expressing what it is that they really deeply, truly stand for. All right. And so when we think about this is going to need to be done at what I call the authentic level of visibility. And for most entrepreneurs, this is going to actually be quite an edge. Okay. Because as I mentioned before, I've spoken to so many women who will say, yes, I am showing up authentically. And this happened in my mastermind the other day too. we're talking about this and we were looking at content strategy for it. And I said, what is the thing that makes you roll your eyes? What is the thing that you wish that you could say? What is the thing that really pisses you off in your industry? What are these things? And everyone had their thing. And some of them were like, I do say those things. And I said, okay, great. What's the thing you're not saying? And then there's that next level and it's, oh, okay, I'm not saying that. Why? And we're going to talk about why shortly. But I guess what I'm saying is you can be showing up authentically, but not fully expressed. And there are reasons. So let's dive into it. The 3 levels of visibility is not just about showing your face. Okay. For me, first level of visibility is that physical visibility. It's that surface level layer. And I know that this takes a lot. I'm not saying that it is not a big deal. Okay. With the body confidence issues that I have had, with all of the stories I had about having to look a certain way in order to be loved, all of these things. I understand showing up, simply just holding your phone and saying, hi, good morning, is actually a really big deal. But that's level 1. Showing up, posting, being seen, letting people feel you, letting people see your beautiful face. That's level 1. Okay. If you've nailed that, amazing. Let's move to level 2. Level 2 is masked visibility. Now, this is where most people trip up. And I was here for a long time too. When I was, like I said, trying to be seen as more clinical versus holistic, even more spiritual versus spiritually unfiltered. Like, even in all of these pieces, there is a level of masking to that. So level 2 is a masked visibility. You are showing up, but it is filtered. You are essentially playing a character in a way, even though you are authentic. And I will just say that, okay? Because none of this is also intentional. So this is where I was before I let myself say fuck on the internet or on my podcast. This is where I was before I let that sensual, cheeky, playful, embodied side of me actually breathe and come out and be seen. So you are speaking. You might even be saying spicy truths, sharing parts of your thoughts, but you're editing it before it leaves your mouth. Okay? I had a conversation in the DMs with someone yesterday, and I had to giggle because she said to me that she was creating a course and she's telling me all about the course. And I said, when you said this, I've got to be honest, I saw this thing for you. You've got this experience, like this high ticket offer. I saw that straight away. And she came back and she said, I would love that. I would love to be doing this. I've actually always seen myself doing XYZ. And we've literally been talking in the DMs for a day. And I came back and said to her, okay, so here you are putting all your time, energy, effort, and attention into this course, but there's this thing that you absolutely love. Why? Why aren't you doing that? Why are you doing that? And I would have held that part of me back. I would have masked. I would have not said the thing that dropped in, channeled through me, and then had to come out. In fear of upsetting this woman, in fear of offending her, in fear of her ghosting me in my DMs. So when you're operating from all of those types of fears, you're in that masked visibility. If you're worried that someone is going to belittle you, say that you are unqualified, if your imposter syndrome is screaming at you before you speak, so you dull it down. If you are hiding who you truly are, if you are scared to talk about your business in its fullest extent and fullest expression because you are scared of family judging you, people from school seeing you, then you are not fully embodied. Embodied authority is the key to authentic visibility. And that is why Visibility Rebirth has rebranded the way that it has, formerly Ascension Academy. Again, you can literally pay a deposit and be ready to go with me in February for that program. So I want you to think about, are you masking? Oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering, her reaction. She came back and she said, I did have to pick my jaw up off the floor, but it was relevant. Anyway, are you playing the safe version of yourself? Are you masking your real authenticity? And if you are, that's okay, but let's be aware of that. Because in this, you are not going to be fully seen and fully felt by your ideal clients. They will feel that level of masking at some level. Okay? They will. And I can promise you, when they come into your containers, they will also feel it there too. And it will impact how they show up. It will impact how they move through your work. Okay? So then we think about authentic visibility. Now, this is the full expression. This is where you feel safe to be seen, but also you feel safe to be misunderstood. And that is an edge. Okay, but this is the level where your thought leadership is born. So I told you just before about the mastermind clients that I literally had a call with yesterday, where we were talking about what one in particular was still holding back to what she truly believed. And then another one said her edgy statement, and I said, are you willing to say that it's that thing? Absolutely. But are you willing to say, because I believe, insert your actually beautifully unique and very edgy opinion about this thing? Are you willing to say that? And if not, why? Why? And so when we unpacked this, and I think you're going to really resonate, like I said before, we're masking it as I'm not confident enough. I've got my imposter syndrome. We're saying all of those things. But when we actually unpack it, every single woman traced it back to the same roots. Fear of judgment, fear of being too much, fear of being burnt at the stake, like the literal witch wound, which all boils down to a fear of rejection, fear of not belonging, which I'm going to tell you something, and I hope that this sticks with you forever. You actually don't fear any of those things. You just fear how they make you feel. So I want to ask you to think about any time that you've had to sit in some really uncomfortable emotions and notice that you did that. Because that's all you're doing again. That's it. Okay? So if you've ever been watering down, filtering out, wanting to say the thing, but yet you still do not, this is why. The visibility wound runs deep. Childhood conditioning, lineage trauma, collective memories of persecution. Okay? A society that is not overly accepting of different perspectives and different opinions. Like, it is brave to step out and go against the norm or go against the grain. But you know what? I actually shared this opinion yesterday on my Facebook, Instagram. I don't use Facebook. Don't know why I said that. And I cannot tell you how many DMs I've had from people saying, I could not agree with this more. Okay? This needing to heal your visibility wounds so that you can be authentically you in your fullest expression, so that you can connect with the right people and you can have a thriving business. The amount of people who agreed with me. Every visibility block that you have is a nervous system pattern that is just designed to keep you safe from rejection. Your business will not and cannot expand through that level of suppression. Okay, it will expand and then we'll snap right back. Safety and expression can coexist. Okay, I know they can. So can regulation and rebellion. They can coexist. So when we think about healing our visibility wounds, we are doing this so that, again, we can feel safe to be fully expressed, because that is where your embodied authority lives. That is where your full visibility lives. Okay? So at the moment, you might be awake at 2 o'clock Googling something like, how do I get seen by my ideal client? And then it's do this Reels course, go and post 75 times a day, refine your messaging. And yes, strategically we need those things, not 75 times a day, but we do need the strategy. But this is why I teach frequency meets strategy. Because without you having the nervous system state, the beliefs, the emotional ability to be able to hold that visibility, your visibility strategy isn't going to stick. Again, it's about becoming the woman who can hold what it is that you're calling in, and then creating the strategy that is going to take you there. So I want you to think about, for you right now, where is the thing that you are filtering? Okay? Are you truly, and if you can truly tell me that you are coming and saying the thing that is like unfiltered, and I do understand that there is red tape around some occupations and some industries. I completely understand that. But is there original thought in what you are saying? If you are saying, I don't believe that stress is just a natural state of motherhood. Okay. Why? Why do you believe that? That's what you need to say. Because it's really easy to say, oh, the businesses that are going to stay relevant through 2026 are the ones with entrepreneurs willing to be visible. Okay, amazing. But me then coming forward and saying my reasons why I believe that's a filtered edge. Me stepping forward and talking about building from spaciousness when there are big businesses talking about how hard you have to hustle, and normalizing that, for me, is an edge. I'm not a multi-million-dollar business yet. Okay, I can't let that stop me from saying what I truly believe. So what's the thing that you are rolling your eyes at in your industry? What's the thing you're biting your tongue on? What's the thing that feels too edgy or too risky? Are you scared to talk about I don't know. Are you a weight loss coach or a nutrition expert or a health expert who's too scared to talk about your beliefs on Ozempic? Like, just think about what feels too risky and too edgy for you. Okay? What is coming to you that makes you think, oh, who does she think she is to say that? What if they criticize me? Because that very statement is the doorway to your next level leadership. And if you go and post the thing right now, if you are going to go and do it, if you are going to go, do you know what? Fuck it. I want to be me. I want the people who want me in their lives. Can you tag me in your post? Post it and tag me. Okay? At jessica.reed.ilc, tag me. I want to see it. All right. So as we finish up today, I want to remind you that the entrepreneurs who are going to stay relevant are the ones who are going to bravely face their visibility wounds. Authentic visibility, our deepest layer, is emotional work, not marketing work. And you are not able to magnetize and bring overflow into your world from a filtered scarcity, hidden frequency. Okay? So that thing that you're scared to post, that you're scared to say, that is your next level leadership. And again, tag me once you go and post it. Your people need you and they need to feel you. They need to know your thought leadership. They need to know your unique way of doing things, your unique perspective, because that's how you get them the best results. And if you're too scared to say it, then you are not only holding yourself back, but you are holding your clients back too. Oh, all right. That was a spicy one. See you guys next week on Resourced. And I cannot wait to hear what your next level unfiltered post is. And bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to Resource with Jessica Reed. If today's episode spoke to you, I'd love for you to share it with another soul-led entrepreneur who is also ready to rise. Make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and stay connected, because when you are deeply resourced, you become unstoppable. Until next time, my friend, stay resourced, stay radiant, and trust in the magic that is you.